When it comes to packing for a trip, are you a minimalist or not? For me, it depends. When it comes to a holiday like this 2-week hiking trip we're on, I'm attempting to really be more minimalist. Everything in a carry-on and backpack. Maybe a foldable tote bag, and now that we're coming to the end of our 2 weeks, I'm sharing my experience of attempting to pack like a minimalist pro so that you can decide what might work for you too, or not. Stick around to the end for my thoughts on how I did, what I would have done differently, and where I could have actually gone more minimal. Hi and welcome back. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jaime at Enlightened, and on this channel we're all about intentional living, feeding your mind, body, soul. I'd appreciate if you hit like on this video and subscribe to my channel if you like more videos on mindful living, personal development, and lifestyle design. When it comes to packing, you first need to determine what kind of trip you're going on and hence what you're gonna need. I mean, duh. But seriously, even if you're talking about a yoga retreat, is it in an ashram in India versus by the beach in Portugal? Know what I mean? So even how I'd pack for a yoga retreat could be quite different depending on where it is and how I'm getting there. So in this video, we're on a 2-week hiking holiday in the mountains of Italy. We're driving there from Amsterdam, gotta love a good road trip, but I'm still trying to keep everything within a carry-on cause you don't really want to be lugging a huge suitcase up and down these mountain paths. We're also staying in one place at the beautiful Borgata San Martino the whole time and doing day trip hikes from there. If you're interested, I'll put a link to where we're staying in the description below. I highly recommend this place. I pretty much always start with the clothes cause you gotta be dressed. I'm going with a capsule wardrobe, which pretty much means items that can be mixed and matched with each other. And I pretty much only wear basic colors like black, blue, and green. And with darker colors, who cares if they get stained or get a little dirty? This is why I don't own any white clothes. Too high maintenance. Since this is going to be a more active type of holiday, I'm thinking of fabrics that are breathable and lightweight, like cotton or wool. Or if like me, you sweat a lot, I like sweat-wicking technical fabrics like Nike's Dry Fit or Lululemon's Luon, because they dry fast. So if you're hand washing clothes a lot, that is another consideration. And because I'm hand washing with soap, I'm not bringing any nice new clothes with me. We're hiking. Who else are we gonna see? Wool is another fabric I love for scarves and socks because it keeps you warm and doesn't stink. Wool actually repels odor-producing bacteria. Fun tip. Now, do note, I am by no means a pro hiker. In fact, as an amateur, I call myself the fashion hiker. I mean, all you need is a good pair of shoes, right? On this trip, I've got one pair of jeans, wide-legged, elasticized waist. Because Italy. I'm planning on eating. If we go out to a nice dinner, this is the nicest thing I'll have to wear. 3 short-sleeve t-shirts. 2 long-sleeve t-shirts. 2 pairs of track pants. 1 thicker for colder weather, 1 lighter for warmer weather. 3 sets of yoga outfits. Each consists of leggings, sports bra, and a tank top. I'm planning on wearing these hiking and layering long sleeves and track pants over when I need to. 2 long-sleeve sports tops for layering when needed. And because they're black, I can wear them to a nice dinner, saving me from adding another dress. 1 set of PJs, 2 pairs of thick wool hiking socks, 2 pairs of thinner hiking socks, 5 sets of underwear, and no, I am not showing you that, of course. Everything fits in a carry-on, but even as I'm laying this all out, I've realized this might have still been too many clothes. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Now, the infinite debate of how do you pack? Roll them up, lay them flat, packing cubes. I've done them all, and to be honest, I keep coming back to a mix between laying them flat and rolling them up. Especially if I'm staying in one spot for a couple of weeks, I'd much rather take my folded clothes out of a suitcase than lay them out directly into the hotel wardrobe. This also keeps them as wrinkle-free as possible. Rolling clothes just means more time to unroll and possibly having to iron them again. And when you lay clothes flat, there are pockets of spaces where you can then just roll smaller items like socks and underwear to fill in those spaces. For shoes, I've got one pair of Birkenstocks, one pair of regular trainers, and one pair of hiking shoes. Like I said, I am an amateur hiker, and these cute hiking shoes look like you're wearing Air Jordans to hike. In the past year, I've been reducing my single-use plastic as much as I can, which means I'm now using shampoo and conditioner bars, as well as soap bars. I've even found an amazing face scrub that comes in a bar form, and if you're interested, I'll put links to all of these in the description below. But what this means is I'm also reducing the chances of leaking liquids when traveling. They're also easy to cut, so you can fit more of them into a handy case when traveling. With the bar of soap, it's also handy for when you're hand washing clothes on the go, which I was doing almost daily, so it's great to use products that can double up for different uses. Like this Weleda Skin Food. It's a great all-in-one. It's a really thick moisturizing cream that I use as a night face cream sometimes, a hand cream, sometimes a lip balm. I've even used this as a leave-in hair conditioner after washing my hair. I don't usually do this at home, but when you're traveling, you just MacGyver it. And of course, when I'm traveling for work to nice hotels with nice products, I always pocket a few of the mini toiletries. Only if they're nice though, and they're really handy for other trips like now. I used to have a giant toiletries bag, but I now split them into smaller 1-liter TSA approved clear cases. Cause for shorter trips when you don't want to check in your carry-on, you can still put liquids in these, and Muji makes a bunch of really great travel pouches. And a separate pouch for makeup. So all my clothes, shoes, makeup, and toiletries basically fit into this one carry-on, and for the average minimalist, I guess this is where they'd stop. But because I'm a bit extra, and since I'm on holiday, I have a few additional bits I'm also bringing that I've decided to pack in a tote bag. So what's in my tote bag? Whenever I'm on an active holiday, like this hiking holiday or on a yoga retreat, I always bring a yoga mat as well as recovery tools like a foam roller and a massage ball. These are so handy to roll out any tight spots in the feet, legs, back, shoulders after a long day of hiking up and down mountains. If you're interested, I reviewed the Manduka PRO Travel yoga mat in this previous video, and you can go check that out. I've also got a link to all of the recovery tools I use for myofascial release. Myofascial release is just a fancy term for rolling out your knots. I'll put that link in the description below too. I usually bring a Kindle traveling with me since you can load thousands of books into one little device, but I'm halfway through a few physical books and I didn't want to also have to buy Kindle versions of them, so I've lugged them all. The 4 Desires by Rod Stryker, Do Less by Kate Northrup, Essentialism by Greg McKeown. If you're interested, I'll also link to all these books in the description below. In my tote bag, I also decided to bring my journal with me. This big one is what I use for my YouTube and wellness business planning. I guess if I just used a digital journal, I wouldn't need this one giant tote bag for all of these books and journals and yoga recovery tools, but there you go. So of course, if I were just traveling to be in nature only, that would be everything I'd take. But because I love making these YouTube videos, how could I come to Italy and not shoot more content while I'm here? So that means I've also brought with me a laptop, a camera. This is the Canon M50 Mark II, which I'm still learning how to use, so no, I'm not shooting on this one yet, still on the iPhone. I have a big tripod that I have, but I can't show you because I'm using it right now, and a small GorillaPod, as well as sound gear, all the microphones. This all fits between a backpack and another tote bag just for my gear. And of course, if you're not shooting YouTube videos while you're traveling, you are not gonna need all this extra stuff. I'm just being honest here. I mean, I love a good tote bag, and that's another tip. You can never have enough tote bags or little cloth bags that pull shut. These can be used for snacks or even as laundry bags if you want to put delicates in there like underwear and socks in a washing machine. They don't take up room, you can fold them up and stash them away for just in case you need them later. If you stuck around till here, you're probably curious about how I did in the end, and surprise, surprise, I surprised myself as well. I pretty much only alternated between 2 sets of yoga clothes daily, layering on between 2 sets of long sleeve tops, and yes, this meant I was pretty much washing clothes almost daily, but weirdly, I much preferred to only stick to the same 2 sets of clothes across the 2 weeks. So, in the end, I didn't wear half of the stuff that I brought. Who would have thunk it? So it turns out the pair of shoes that I brought with me, well, they're fine for Amsterdam forests and nature where it's really flat. They are terrible for the Italian mountains where, as you can see, it goes up and down and my feet were just not having it. So I had to go shopping. So now, I guess I have a pair of Italian mountain hiking shoes. They're a great souvenir from here, and I guess they're gonna last me for years to come. And it's such a great memory of this time here. Hopefully you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments below. So this was packing for a hiking holiday, but when it's a work trip, I am definitely not a minimalist. As an executive producer in a creative agency, I travel a lot for shoots and post-production. Sometimes it's for 1 week, but often it can go up to 1 month when you're away. And I'm not so good at living out of just a carry-on when it's a longer trip, especially if it involves such varied occasions from fancy client dinners to shooting in remote jungles. I'm trying to get better at packing minimally for that, so let me know if you want to see another minimalist packing attempt when I actually get to go away again, finally, on my next work shoot. I think there's definitely something to this capsule wardrobe thing, and since I'm going through a decluttering phase in my life right now, when I get back, I'm definitely going to look into this capsule wardrobe thing. If you want to see the 4 ways of how else I declutter my life, you might want to check out this video here. And if you enjoy mindful living, meditation, and wellness type videos, check out my other videos here to help you find more grace, ease, and flow in your busy life. And I'll see you in the next one.